Hi, Mark here from the Tangent-Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent-Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent-Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent-Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurter. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 347.
I really wanted to have something with that number, because it's an all numbers game now for me.
Right.
I got nothing.
Right. Works every time.
The most disappointing podcast on the network.
7 years running. Oh man, that's we're coming in strong.
Oh boy, well we already determined, Brian, that we're both like not quite with it in depth, and I couldn't think of words, and
yeah, it's gone well. Yeah,
it's gone. Yeah, our prelims have been staggeringly bad.
Yeah, we actually probably should have just recorded all that. That'll probably be better than anything we do from this point forward.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah,
like the best part of the show we just did for us.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, and NSA.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
That's what we do it for.
For sure.
No, probably not.
Sure.
For sure.
Man, I've been drinking so much water today.
Yeah.
Fully hydrated.
I've upped mine because of, like I mentioned at my grandma's birthday party, how I had, back pain all the way up, and just in case it was something like kidney related or something, it's like, I should probably make sure I'm getting a lot of water just to
probably
make sure. Not that I was drinking a lot of anything else, because I pretty much have like 1 can of pop a day, and the rest of the day I pretty much drink water. You know?
Well, the night before, I did powerbomb you through a table.
Yeah, that'll happen.
That might have something to do with it.
Might have. I mean, it was my idea, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, hey, see that table? For a goof.
That's the kind of like drunken bar shenanigans you don't want to see.
Right?
A couple of wrestling fans just start doing just moves on each
Oh,
other.
jeez.
Through
Especially
tables and shit.
Especially shit like that, you know? Because, like, the tables at bars and stuff are usually thicker than the ones WWE uses, you know?
They're not meant to collapse.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd probably, you know, if you could hoist me up for a powerbomb, first of all, I'd be impressed. Because that's a lot of weight to throw up like that.
I haven't made it to the gym in a while.
Right. And you know I'm not going to help you much with the jump. Because that's, you know, I'm just lazy. It's not happening. You'd almost have to get me on a chair, then powerbomb me from the chair.
And by powerbomb, we just both fall.
Right, yeah. Like, dude, did you see that? That was a sick powerbomb.
Everyone's like, why are those drunk guys standing on that chair? Oh, God, the chair collapsed. We get up, fucking sick powerbomb, dude.
We're a star! Running around the place. Fuck. Oh, man. You know, it's cool. I've seen so many videos of people doing, like wrestling finishers, like into a pool or into like a pit of like foam, you know, like the skateboarders and stuff use so they don't die trying their tricks out.
Yeah.
I've seen so many of those videos and they're always fun to watch because you know essentially no one's getting hurt doing them. Although I did see someone get powerbombed into a pool and I was like, that probably didn't feel great on their back. But
probably not.
Yeah.
I used to do stuff like that to my kids, like on the bed and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Good fun. There was one after a while of these showing up. Randy Orton actually did one where he hit one of his kids with an RKO into their pool, which was
amazing.
Pretty funny. He's just walking and all of a sudden the kid's there and he just boom out of nowhere hits him with the RKO. And
well, because out of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it was probably, you know, they probably set it up, but you know, it was still fun to watch.
Would be even better is if, you know, Randy Orton's there and everyone's like, oh, geez, he's going to RKO him. And then just DDP out of nowhere. Diamond cutter.
Holy shit. Yeah.
And Randy Orton's like, dude, you just diamond cutted my kid on the pavement.
Yeah. Pavement. DDP's like, you know, he's like, how about we forget about this and I give you access to my yoga app?
He's like, oh, okay.
All right, cool.
Well, in that case, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
That nose will heal.
The rest of the face may not.
Forever.
Yeah. Yeah, the rest of the face maybe not, but you know, whatever.
Whatever.
It happens.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Yep. So how was your week, sir?
It's been okay. It's been all right,
Mm-hmm.
you know? I mean, we had St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, we did.
Not that I really celebrated per se.
Yeah, I had a couple brewskis at the house. I had a couple dirty bastards, and that was about it. Honestly, the main reason I did it was to get the Untapped badge.
You'll have that.
So I was like, I should have a beer. But again, beer math. So I had two, you know.
Well, yeah.
But then I was like, whoa, I'm running low, so cut it off at 2, you know.
Yes.
So, and I didn't feel like drinking some High Life, so.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. Especially not after having Dirty Bastard, you know. Like, oh, this is all delicious, and then I'm like, oh, now I'm just drinking piss.
Yeah, like, I don't know what this is, but it's gold colored. Apparently I'm living the highlight?
Why is it called yellow snow?
Yeah, right? I would have thought the snow in the mountains would have been crisp and refreshing.
Nope.
Not this snow.
Not when you see the, you know in the cartoons how they used to show the, like the old, like the hick guy in like a onesie with like his sock has a toe out of it and he's wearing like a brown hat or something. You know, he just looks like some redneck.
Like the brown hunting hat or something?
Yeah. And, you know, that's the guy who's up there taking care of it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just bathing in the water. It was like one of my favorite commercials was, I think it was an Aquafina commercial to where they were talking about spring water and stuff like that. And then they just showed like a bear just frolicking in the water and like that kind of a thing to give you the idea of like, do you really want to drink that? It's a really well done commercial.
Well, if it's up against Aquafina, yes, because I think that was probably garbage. Is that even a word? The shittiest garbage bottled water in existence.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's tap water anyway. I think
it's the only bottled water that if I have a sore throat and I drink it, it burns my throat, and I don't know why. Wow. You know, I mean, it's like, I don't know if it's like, we have extra additives in here to help you grow throat polyps.
Wow, that's, I think I would avoid that.
Yeah, I don't get it. Everyone's like, oh, Aquafina is amazing. I want to hold the bottle up to their face and then punch through the bottle.
Yeah, I understand. Because when I worked at Hollywood Video, that was all we had for water in the pop machine thing.
I would have dehydrated myself.
I just didn't drink water. I was drinking other stuff. So
yeah. I would have went hard on the soda.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Would have been an overdrive.
Oh, such a bad idea, but that's exactly what I did. Until eventually I started. I just buy like a 24 pack of water and keep it in the office.
That's the smart move.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't like that water. So
yeah, like Aquafina tastes like shit.
Yeah,
I could drink soda till I shit blood, or I'll bring my own water.
Naturally, you always pick the one with the shitting blood option.
Well, of course, it's the most adventurous.
Right. It's also the name of my new death metal album.
Yes. Drink soda till I shit blood.
Oh no, just shitting blood.
Oh.
Unless Slayer comes after me, you know.
Oh yeah. That could be a raining blood cover, shitting blood.
Oh my god, you're right. That's what it'll be. It'll be my band name because we'll be a Slayer cover band.
Nice.
Yes.
Shitting blood. Everyone's dressed up like it's just a turd.
No, I don't want to be that on the nose.
Band ever.
That's terrible.
Emoji hats.
Oh, man. I'm so disappointed.
This band is terrible.
Do you realize
what metal?
Yeah, I was going to say, do you realize what the fans would do to you? Because if they're Slayer fans, they're probably going to murder you.
Right.
You know, and that's just even if they like you, let alone if you're in those kind of gimmicks.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. That's how you get put through a power bomb through a table at a bar.
Yep, or at least fall off a chair.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, remember when I used to say my wrestling finisher move would be the gimp drop, where I'd start climbing up on the ropes and my knee would give out and I'd
just fall on them.
Yeah, just fall on them. Yeah.
Great move.
Yeah.
Strong.
Mm-hmm.
Fits the character.
No one's ever kicked out of it.
No one's ever kicked out of it.
Nope. Not once.
Oh, it's goddamn devastating.
Yep. You know, it's weird. That used to be like a real thing in wrestling. You know, like there was always like, remember like the perfect plex? It was like, no one's ever kicked out of it and whatever. And now like every finisher, people kick out of it all the time. Like for a while, no one could kick out of John Cena's finisher. You know, they were still bringing that mystique. Or like when Brock Lesnar hits an F5, that's it. You know, that's ball game. But there's so many other guys who will hit, you know, and they actually gave that polish back to the RKO because for a while you'd see Orton in a match with somebody, you'd have to hit like 3 RKOs to win.
Right.
You know, and it's like, you know, that takes away from the power of the move. It's supposed to be a finishing move, but now those don't exist as much.
Here's my thoughts on it. And I'm not, you know, I haven't really watched wrestling in a while.
Yeah.
But if the move is like some sort of spectacular move, it should be, it's over, Johnny.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it's, and I have respect for the move, but if it's the people's elbow, that should be able to get kicked out of.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, that's why you gotta, that's the, you know, should be the setup for the rock bottom, you know, even though it sometimes was the other way, but. Yeah. But like a Stone Cold Stunner, game over.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Especially when he stuns everybody.
Right. An elbow from heaven from Macho Man, done.
Yeah.
No kicking out of that. The leg drop from Hogan.
Well, debatable.
Yeah. The gorilla press from.
That's the leg he's dropping. Also has his like thermos dick next to it.
It might have. Maybe we didn't know.
Then it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, it is funny. I'm with you on that, though, because there are some finishers that you're like, that doesn't even look like it would do anything. You know, and then there's others that you're like, how is that guy still alive?
I mean, R.I.P. Crush, but the hard punch, come on.
Well, Big John Studd, I think, used to do that too, didn't he?
Yeah, I know, but that was in the days of wrestling when it was like, oh my god, he just hit a pile driver, the guy's dead.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Jerry the King Lawler's finisher, yeah.
Yeah, pile driver, he dead.
Right.
That's how it was back then.
It was too, because there was that gimmick with Lawler that, remember, the pile driver was banned in X amount of states or whatever because of like the whole gimmick with Andy Kaufman and stuff.
Right.
You know,
they'll like arm drag each other for 10 minutes straight, and the pile driver, he dead.
Done. Yeah. You know, it's funny. I don't know if anyone does a pile driver anymore.
It might be because it is probably a risky
well,
move.
again, yeah, because like Stone Cold, that's how his neck got fucked up. Owen Hart didn't get his head protected by his legs as you're supposed to do.
Right.
And not on purpose, but, you know, shit happens.
Yep. Yeah, we all know what happened to Owen Hart.
Yeah, he got his. Yeah, no. No.
Wrestling karma,
Ouch.
motherfucker.
Yeah. But no, you know, that's how easy it is for someone to get really messed up, though. And, you know, luckily Stone Cold, you know, he had that neck fusion surgery, so, you know,
right,
probably added to his bionic redneckness. No, I don't want to say it that way.
Redneckedness.
Yeah, because that makes it sound like he's just going around with like a bionic wang or something.
Just nude, sunburned. No, he's not completely nude. He has a trucker hat on. Well, definitely.
Probably boots.
In a beer koozie.
Right.
Probably a fanny pack.
Well. Oh, man.
You know? Like Stone Cold, you want some sunscreen? What? No, seriously, you need some sunscreen.
What?
I want a beer. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it, Stone Cold. You're going to catch skin cancer.
Love it. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, man. Yes, anyway, I just went off on a complete wacky tangent there. But it is really weird how, like I say, you know, when we were kids and they'd hit that finisher, because they'd be close, the guy would get out of the move, you know, whatever. But you didn't really see, like, I don't remember seeing Macho Man miss the elbow very much. Like, I don't know if he did. I can't think of a time.
I'm sure it happened.
I'm sure it did. Yeah.
Because he'd go for him, and then the one time he misses or he catches a boot to the face, people are like, oh my God! They didn't see it coming, you know?
Well, right. Like an RKO.
Some kid's choking on his cotton candy in the front row because he's just like, can't believe it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, his uncle's diddling him.
That's
crazy.
Kind of weird to be happening.
Well, you know.
I almost said in public, but that's just weird to have happening. Like at home it's okay, but at the big time, at the big time wrestling event at the VFW, no good.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Shit.
At the VFW, they cleared a hall where they normally do the square dances.
Yep. I shouldn't shit on it though, because you know, just like open mics and comedy, you know, you got to get a start somewhere. You know,
that's true.
And you know, it is kind of fun years and years later when you see like, who was it? Oh, it was AJ Styles and Seth Rollins when they had a program together. They showed pictures of them when like Seth Rollins was like 19 and he was scrawny as hell. He was just starting his wrestling career and he was wrestling AJ Styles. You know, now you look at it and you're like, wow, these guys are both, you know, kind of top level talent. And, you know, it's kind of funny to go back and see them, you know, especially Rollins when he was before CrossFit. So,
like, who are these emaciated losers?
Pretty much,
wearing their tighty whities.
Well, you know, at 19, he hasn't got his man muscle and man strength yet. So, you know,
exactly. Just wait till he gets old man strength.
Yeah, I know that is dangerous.
Goddamn, level up.
So true.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, we'll talk.
You're like one of those anime old men.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, they got the 10-pack.
Yeah.
You know, big flowing gray beard for some reason, a giant staff.
Well, it's to hide their giant wang.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because old man wang.
Right. They just have a turgid boner the whole time.
Yeah. Just pecs for days on those old man guys in anime.
Right.
Like, what? I've never seen a grandpa like this before.
Yeah. What a weird looking walking stick. Oh my God, that's his dick.
That's his dick. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Grandpa, wrap the beard around it. We told you. It's his walking dick.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Beard wrapped walking dick.
Yep. Oh, shit.
Why is Grandpa's cane pulsing? Oh, God.
Oh, man. Wow.
Well, it takes a turn on the whole, like, you're going to get caned.
Yeah, oh.
Oof,
yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Yeah. That's way worse than, just some guy in a, mask and a shitty wig coming out and chokeslamming you.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's Kane! Remember JR used to, go crazy because Kane was coming out, it's weird. WWE has taken away, pyros. Like, no one gets pyros essentially anymore.
But why?
For money. And, also, I'll be honest, from going to live shows, they suck. Because you have that just, you've been to stuff like monster truck pulls and stuff. There's just that haze, you know? And, anyway, I think it's more of the money stuff though. There's still a couple times where they've done it, but for the most part, they don't, do it anymore. So with Kane, it kind of takes away a little something from him because that whole walking down the ring, fire shooting out of the posts was kind of cool,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now they just have the big screens behind them and stuff basically just turn all red and the lights are red and stuff. It's still cool, but it's not like
cool.
I'm sitting in the nosebleeds and I still got sunburnt like it was before.
I always liked it when it was just it'd all go dark and I was just like, good dude!
Yeah.
And he's standing in the ring.
Dude, and I'll tell you too, cause I've seen it live and if somebody hasn't, they don't fully understand it. It scares the shit out of you. I remember JR and King talking about that too, how it would literally scare them. JR talks about it on his podcast once in a while about how when that would, boom, cause they were right there at ringside.
Yeah.
And that goes off and he's like, we know it's coming and it still scares the hell out of you.
Goddamn, man.
Yeah.
Almost fixed my face.
Oh, dude. Weak, dude. No, when I went and saw, the No Mercy pay-per-view when it was in Cleveland, we were sitting way back, and when Kane came out, I seriously could still feel the heat from that.
Right.
I was like, Jesus, I can't imagine standing down in the ring.
Was it the heat of the moment?
Yes.
Sweet.
Damn it, Tony. Sick. Anyway, so I'm Brian.
Oh, hey, I'm Tony. We talk shit.
Yeah.
Mad shit.
We just talked a bunch of wrestling, man.
I know. But yeah, so St. Patty's Day.
I have more wrestling to talk about later. But anyway. Yeah.
Pardon. Yeah, we, Jeannie worked that day.
Mm-hmm.
So, we weren't ever, we weren't planning on, who cares?
Yeah.
It's a Saturday and that would have been, if I'm going to go out and have some beers, then I'm going to go out and have some beer. I don't want to be dealing with, morons spilling green beer everywhere. Jameson's and kicking each other in the face and whatever else.
Right.
Leave me out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I remember one of the rooms I was in, somebody asked me if I was drinking and I was like, I'm having a little whiskey, and they were like, Jameson's. I was like, no. I was like, honestly, I don't generally just sit around and drink Jameson's. Not that I don't like it. I was like, I just I don't drink Irish whiskey. I tend to shoot it more than I drink it. So,
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I have a bottle of it, I'll drink it. But
yeah, for sure.
I prefer rye. That's more my gimmick. So,
yeah.
Or bourbon. Bourbon.
We went over to our friend Ashley's house because she was like, we're having people over and blah, blah, blah. So Jeannie went after work and I, drove out there and got there, maybe 20 minutes before Jeannie got there. And they're like, yeah, we're going to have people over, blah. So I was like, all right, I'm going to bring a growler. And, Jeannie made Irish car bomb cupcakes, which, they had enough booze in them to get drunk on cupcakes.
What? I'm shocked by that.
I know, right? And I was like, all right, and, and I'll bring a 4-pack of Guinness we had. And I was like, all right, maybe I'll catch a slight buzz or something. Got there, nobody showed up to their thing.
Oh, weak.
So it was just Ashley and Josh I'm like, I'm like, oh, hey, guys. So I hung out and bullshit them for a little bit, and then Jeannie showed up, and we, had a little Jigs dinner.
Yeah. Oh,
and
dude.
Had a cupcake, and I had a Guinness, and then we went home.
Wow.
Dude, it was a weird St. Patrick's Day.
My mom made...
I did have a Guinness, though.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess you hit the whatever you want to call it, the gimmicky Irishness. Yeah.
And I always forget until I have one, because I don't drink it that often anymore, how much I really enjoy Guinness.
Yeah. That's why I remember, like, when we go out, like, when we went over to, what was that place? The whiskey place. Rockin' Whiskey or whatever it was called.
Oh, yeah.
When we went over there and they had, like, what was it, $3 Guinnesses the one day, and I was like, fuck it, I'll have a Guinness, and, that was my first Periscope, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, letting the old nitro clear.
Letting it settle, yeah.
Settle.
Yeah, but I'm with you, though. I don't drink it very often, but when I do drink it, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is good.
Yeah, it's something I should probably get more often, because it's actually like, here I go dipping into this world. Because Brian, in the world of the low carb lifestyle, it's actually not terrible.
Yeah, true.
Which is shocking considering it tastes like you're drinking a loaf of bread.
It really does, yeah.
But I've had more thick, robust stouts since,
also true.
We're like black belt beer drinkers now.
I was going to say I've had Scotch ales that were heavier than that for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weird St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
And there's always a part of me, though, that during St. Patty's Day, there's a small little part in my brain that goes, go out, join them, get fucking nutty. And it's like, no, back of head.
Right.
We're not doing that.
Like, you go away.
Yeah,
you know what that is? That's the last threads of your 20s.
Yeah, probably.
Come on, dude, you're not that old. You can do this. Like, fuck you, leave me alone.
A couple Irish car bombs.
Do it. What's the worst?
I should.
Yeah. You'll be alright.
I shouldn't.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able
exactly.
to. I don't know. Heno and I talked about this on the Crazy Life, because I was asking him, if he, back when he drank, if he ever went out, or if it was just another day, basically. And,
right.
And, because I told him about, like, how, I've never been one to really want to go. I mean, I like to go out and hang out with people. That part, it was fun. If we could do that without people being obnoxious, sign me up. I'm all for it. Having some beers, having fun with people, great. The problem is that all that obnoxiousness of it. Yeah. And it's like, ugh,
If people are like,
yeah,
curse me, I'm Irish.
Right.
Like, oh, God.
Although I guess
you're clearly not Irish.
I guess one of the better ways to avoid it would be to just go to, like, a brewery, because most of them are not running as much of a gimmick thing,
I don't know, honestly. I've never paid attention to it.
Yeah. I know Mommy Bay was talking about doing a green beer, but I think it was supposed to be like their joke about the algal bloom in the area.
Right.
So, but other than that, I think at Mutt's, I think they have green beer, but I don't think they do at the rest of the place. So we just have to avoid Mutt's probably.
You would have to find a bar that's just, I almost like, I hate to say this, but almost like classy.
Right.
Which I'm not a huge fan of, because I'm more of a dive bar guy, but the dive bars are where you're going to go and there's going to be some guy puking up corned beef in the corner.
You're not wrong. Because a lot of them will actually serve it. So, yeah. Yeah.
But but honestly, unless I was specifically like going somewhere for, like, if I went to Chicago.
Yeah.
Because, it's a thing there.
Yeah.
They get the river green. And,
no, they paint it. You're right.
They paint it, yeah.
Yeah.
Down there with rollers. It's weird.
It takes a long time because they got to get all that water, it keeps rolling over, and now it's like, oh, this is blue again.
But then, then there's that other part of my brain that goes, that's a terrible idea, because you're going to wake up and feel like death and regret everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to look at your phone and be like, oh, why'd I send that stuff?
I'm not bad for that, I have a couple of times, but I'm generally pretty good about it. So
terrible.
Because usually once I'm getting drunk, my phone just stays in my pocket. It usually doesn't come out.
That's a smart move, my friend.
Well, it's not on purpose. It's just that, well, again, the drunker I get, the more I am about like sitting in one place and not doing anything. It's just like I just need alcohol brought to me and I'm great.
I'm just like, I need to talk to everybody.
Right.
Even if it's through my phone and I'll look on Instagram, I'll be like, I don't know this person, but she's attractive.
Wang.
I'm gonna send her a DM. Sup, girl?
A dick magnet?
Stupid.
Yeah.
Yes, dick magnet.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually my Transformer name. Terrible Transformer.
That's a really bad name. Yeah.
Exactly.
You were on the cutting room floor for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And in the clearance aisles.
Yeah, I didn't even make the GoBot line.
No. Oh, yeah. Seriously. Oh, man, my mom made a Jigs dinner because she does every year,
Right.
And for those who don't know, the smell of cooking cabbage seriously makes me almost vomit. And I'm not exaggerating that in any way. Like, she was making it. I went out to get some water and I filled my water bottle up, and by the time I was done, I was literally doing the, like in, what movie is it? The Jim Carrey movie. There's that gif of him just, like, almost dry heaving. Like, I can't remember which of his movies it was.
Ace Ventura.
Okay. Yeah, it's,
when he finds out the policewoman used to be a man.
Oh, man. Right, yeah. So that's kind of my reaction to it. It's pretty awful.
I am a cabbage fan,
mm-hmm.
but boiled cabbage can suck a dick.
I totally agree with you, but not for the same reason, I
mean, I like roasted cabbage and sauteed, stuff like that. Bring it on. But when it's like, here's your cabbage, it looks like a sea creature gets dropped on your plate.
Right.
Right. Like, is this an Irish treat, or did you just pull this off the reef?
Why can't it be both?
It probably is. Yeah. Weirdos.
Yeah,
Hey, boil everything, laddie. Idly.
Oh, boy. You can send all hate mail to Tony at...
Please, bring it
on. Yeah, the worst part for me is it's bad enough that day, but that smell does not go away quick, So, here's where it really sucked for me, was later that night, my head was hurting, so I go out and I have these like sleep masks that have like gel in them or whatever, that you can put in the freezer. So I go out to get one of those. I go in my room, I lay down, put the thing on my face, like over my eyes, and
wait, I got to ask one question.
Okay,
is the gel blue?
I have one like that, but these ones no. These ones are it might be, but it's a cloth outside.
Okay, I was like, because if it's blue and you haven't posted a picture of you as Leonardo yet, I'm disappointed.
Oh my God, you're right. I should. I gotta go find that then. Yeah. Damn it. Anyway, so I put it over my eyes, and I, when I have headaches and stuff, I'll lay down, on my back. I'll put the mask over my eyes, and then I try to, kind of regulate my breathing to to try to help me be able to go to sleep. And the first breath I take in, I'm like, oh my God, it's cabbage. So apparently,
was it permeating your mask?
Well, yeah, because my mom had she put like 2 things of them in the freezer for my sister. So the smell was trapped in there with it.
Good Lord.
So I immediately I'm not kidding, I threw the thing across the room because I couldn't have it near me because, like I said, if I'm around that smell too much, I probably will get sick. I don't know why, I just have such a gag reflex to it. So it's like, nope. So yeah, that was a good time. Although I will say this, my mom at least did, because she knows how much it's, how it is for me. She at least the next day and day after had like the door and windows open to try to air out the smell.
Decabbaged area.
Oh, it's such a strong smell
what she
too.
Needs to do?
Not make
she needs one of those goddamn turkey fryers.
Yeah. Just make it outside.
Propane burner and just boil that shit outside.
I would be all for that. In fact, if I had the money, I would go buy one immediately. Because I hadn't thought about that. So, yeah. That's not fun for me. That's why in the past I didn't really want to go out on St. Patrick's Day, but I always tried to not be home because of that, you know.
It's a fine line.
Yeah, it is. Between the two, I'd rather deal with idiots, you know, at the bar, because at least then I'm drinking.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does make them a little more tolerable.
There's a fine line in there, too.
It depends on how much I'm drinking.
Yeah. Oof.
They have, like, you know,
flashbacks.
Dollar Green beers, dude. Hammer.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
asshole.
So what else? What else this week?
So we were watching a show on Netflix, Brian, and I don't know why my wife she pulled the show up, but it's called Nailed It.
I know what show you're talking about. I haven't watched it, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so basically, I haven't watched every episode,
right?
But basically what the show, it's a baking show, kind of like, you know, fucking cake challenge, a palooza or whatever.
Okay.
It's that idea, right? But they get 3 people that think they're like, I make fucking cakes. I don't even use recipes. You're an idiot. they take people that aren't great and then they show them a fancy dessert or some shit, and then they have to try to replicate it.
Like with no help, like they just have to figure it out themselves, basically?
Yeah, like the recipe's on an iPad, and that's what they have.
Oh, okay.
And then they have the original dessert in front of them so they can look at it.
Well, because there was a challenge on, what show was it? Oh, Worst Chefs or Worst Cooks in America, I think it's called, on Food Network. They had a challenge to where their coaches or whatever, they would write a recipe on a chalkboard. You know, and they got like X amount of time to memorize it, and then they erased the chalkboard.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, but they had it on the plate so they could look at it. You know, same thing. But so yeah, good fun, I'm sure.
But but it's like the chocolate guy who's the expert on the show. Mm-hmm. He's some French dude. He's very famous chocolatier guy, pastry chef. He looks familiar, but I couldn't pick him out of a lineup if I had to.
Okay.
You know, and then they bring in some sort of guest judge.
Yeah.
And then you have the host of the show, who I don't remember her name, but she is probably one of the most annoying people I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Like if your mom was boiling cabbage outside, I would want to upend boiling cabbage water onto her.
Wow. That's,
she's super annoying.
Okay. Fair enough. Damn.
But so the whole thing of the show is basically like, let's watch these people that don't know what they're doing completely ruin this recipe, and then we're going to make fun of them.
Oh, it's
kind of how
Nicole Byer is her
how
name.
It feels. Oh, she's terrible.
Yeah. Apparently she's a comedian.
She's awful.
She doesn't look...
And then so like say whoever wins the first round, right? Mm-hmm. They win usually a mixer, like not a KitchenAid, but probably the tier under a KitchenAid, like stand mixer. Mm-hmm. And they get to wear this dopey gold chef hat. Like, hey, you're the win. But if you win the first round, it doesn't mean anything for the second round.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't give you an advantage. You just have a stupid hat and a KitchenAid for your house. Right?
Do they get to wear the stupid hat in the next round, though?
They do.
Okay, well,
they do.
Then there's that at least.
And it's like the second round is a more elaborate dessert.
Yeah.
Right? So then each person gets a panic button, right?
Okay.
And if they hit it, one of the experts will come over for 3 minutes and help them.
Okay.
Okay, but you can only use it once.
Sure.
And then the person who did the worst in the first round gets the what's that dumb broad's name?
Nicole Byer.
Yeah, you get a Nicole Byer button, and you hit that, and she'll go annoy your fellow contestants for like a minute each. And it's probably the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Because she'll just like hover around and be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Is this a cake? What's on this thing?" It's just that.
Yeah.
It's like, this gimmick is terrible.
What's really funny about that, though, is if you watch any cooking show, like where there's a competition, there's always one person who does that. That's constantly, what's this all about? Like if you watch Chopped, partway through the show, there'll be one of the judges will be over talking to him, and then, you know, and usually there'll be something like, oh, you better stay focused. And it's like, get the fuck out of here. You know?
Well, I guess this is strategic annoyance by somebody on, you know, by the guy who did the work.
Right.
But it's just, it's the worst, man. It's like, she's so bad.
Oh, man.
So hateable.
That reminds me of, you remember, I can't remember the name of it now, though. Remember there was some comedy thing on Netflix, and I watched it, and I told you that the guy who hosted is the worst host ever because he's not funny, and he gets, like, a good amount of talking time. And, oh, man. So I get it. And because of him, I would not watch another season of that show, you know?
Well, watching Nailed, it's kind of like watching, like, an accident happen.
Sure.
Like, you know, you're like, I should not watch this.
Yeah.
But I can't look away.
Yeah. That was the only reason I watched that Worst Cooks in America or whatever, was because some of them had no idea how to do some of the most basic things in a kitchen, you know?
Well, like, the last one we watched, I mean, spoiler alert, there was a guy that for the first round, they had to make these cakes that looked like hot tubs.
Okay.
So it was supposed to be a layered cake, and then you frost it or whatever, and you put Kit Kats around the outside so it looks like wooden slats.
Okay.
And then you put ganache in the middle, and you make little fondant animals, so it looks like they're all lounging in this hot tub of chocolate.
Sure, right. Just like on Noah's Ark.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This guy didn't even turn on his iPad.
Okay.
He's like, I know how to make cakes. Every cake I make's got a little bit of sail in it.
Oh, jeez.
Like
it's probably because he like sweats in it.
Oh, dude, it was gross.
That always grosses me out on, like, every once in a while you'll see somebody on, like, Chopped or something that's doing that. Like, you'll see him just sweating, and you're like, that's gonna get in the food. That's gonna get in the food.
Yeah, the amount of fluid running off this guy's face.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like he was doing one of those, like, you know, treadmill stress tests or something.
Good. Yeah, that's good luck.
Yeah, I mean, God, Brian.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if you want to be annoyed, watch a show, I guess.
Uh-huh.
If you want to watch a train wreck, watch a show.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I mean, the little farm animal hot tub things, those were pretty cool. Like, Jeannie's like, I should make those. That's really neat. Yeah. And I'm sure she could pull it off.
Sure, yeah.
Because she's good at that stuff.
Right. Mm.
Like, I can make it out of steak, maybe. I don't know.
Ooh, with, like, meat treats all around the outside?
Yeah, like sticks of bacon or sausages.
Oh, I was thinking like Landjagers, that kind of thing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's like a meatloaf.
Yeah.
And then Landjager.
Right.
And then I need, I don't know what I'd make the animals lounging in.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I'd just have like chicken wings lounging in barbecue sauce or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Anywho. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't, it's one of those weird things that you just end up watching. It's one of those things you deep dive on Netflix. You're like, what in the fuck is this?
Yeah, when I saw they added it, I read the synopsis of the show, and I was like, that seems like it might be worth watching at some point. You know, just one of those like late at night, and you just don't feel like watching anything you have to pay attention to, really. You know?
Right.
And then I was like, I don't know. And I didn't put it in my queue.
Like, it's probably actually terrible.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to wait till Tony watches it.
But it's only 6 episodes, I think. 6 or 7.
Sure.
And they're like a half hour each.
Mm-hmm.
You should at least watch one.
Okay.
So you can share the hatred I feel for this woman.
Seems like you're trying to get me to do something that I wouldn't like. That doesn't seem...
I'm just saying.
Right.
You know those videos when it's like, it's the World Series or something, and some dude's team loses and he tackles the TV?
Yeah.
I kind of want to do that every time she talks.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is really interesting because they do like focus groups on a host before they nail it down, probably, you know? And it just makes you wonder sometimes when somebody's really annoying, it's like, how did they pick this person?
Well, I have a theory on this.
Okay.
Because we're cut from like the same cloth here.
Mm-hmm.
Our level of comedy is so disturbed and dark that it's just not for us.
Okay, you know what? You're right. Because, right? Like, if I was going to pick somebody for a Tonight Show type of job, I wouldn't pick Jimmy Fallon. Because I don't find him that funny. So, but across the board, people find him funny. So, yes, I get it.
That's my second point, is the majority of Americans are fucking dumb.
Right. Oh, my God, that reminds me of the Carlin bit about that. Where he talks about how many stupid people there are, and he's like, and that's like, and no one thinks they're stupid, so that number is actually higher.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Because I can picture people sitting on their couch like, hey, fire up Netflix, and we're watching this, and, oh, she's so funny. When she does that annoying thing in the kitchen, she's the greatest.
Yeah.
Like, I hear you, Clive.
Yeah. You know that show I talked about last week, that Episodes show?
Yes.
In the final, like, 2 seasons of the show, oh shit, what's the name? Matt LeBlanc hosts a game show called The Box. And it's they have a bunch of contestants that are either in like a plexiglass box. And I can't remember how they gain points or whatever. I don't remember if it's question based or whatever. And anyway, what they end up getting is they can put annoying things onto all of their opponents. And the whole point is to make people quit, basically, right?
Okay.
To where they're so annoyed, they're just like, I'm done, and they leave.
Now, was it a predetermined list of annoying things, or could you pick your own?
I think it was predetermined.
Because I would for sure be picking pit vipers.
Yeah. Well, it was fun. There was a bunch of really random, funny shit in there. And one of them was like Gilbert Gottfried was in the thing with the woman for like an hour or something.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I can get behind.
Right. There were a few of them that I laughed at because they were just, because they're trying to be over the top with it so that it's, just ridiculous. But as I'm watching it, I'm going, I think that premise would work on TV. Like,
you know what? You're probably right.
I probably would at least try it. Yeah. I'm not big on that kind of show, but something like that where the point is to basically annoy the shit out of everyone else. I'd probably be like, let's see how this goes,
I think there's a good portion of America that would eat that up.
Yeah. Well, mainly because
like
it's
1
different.
versus 100.
Yeah.
You have to just be extra annoying.
Yes. Well, it's why I love, I can't think of the show now. The one Elton Brown hosts. Cutthroat Kitchen. There we go.
Yeah. I was like, fuck, what is that?
It's why I like that show, because I like, I like when people, like when they have to use like the tiny, cookware or whatever, just.
It's my favorite.
It's just so brutal, or where they take away their fresh ingredient and they get like a canned version of it or something.
Yeah.
I freaking love that. That's what I love about that show. And, because it's different. On Chopped, they all get the same ingredients. It's like, whatever. It's enjoyable. I like seeing what they come up with, but it's gotten to a point now that I can guess a lot of times where they're going to go with something,
Right.
And once it hits that point, I'm no chef. So once it hits that point, it's probably about jump the shark for me, know?
Yeah. I do enjoy the fuckery of Cutthroat Kitchen.
Me too. That's really what I like about it. And honestly, I'll be honest, there was a few times that some of the people have had some really tough challenges and come through them, and it's like, wow, that is.
Yeah, I can't believe they pulled that off.
Yeah.
With, their arm chopped off
or tied behind their back. Yeah, like one of them when the guy or a woman, I can't remember, had their arm tied behind their back.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous. Yeah, it's what I liked about like Top Chef too. Is the quick fire challenges and stuff they have a lot of times are very limiting. But even in those, it's like, my favorite one was always where they could only use stuff out of a vending machine.
Right.
And they had to make like, a sampling tray or something. I don't remember what they had to make. They've done different ones. But I love the ones where they really close the box in on you and you have to like figure out a way to, to still succeed. So, yeah.
Like, oh, we're going to take away all your stuff, and you have to build a cook station out of plastic wrap.
Right. You can only use a spatula.
Yeah.
That one on Cutthroat Kitchen. I can't remember. It wasn't a spatula. It was something else. I remember they took the one person's knives away.
Yeah.
I was like, God, that's like taking a hand away, you know?
Yeah, I saw one of those, and the guy was using a canned good like lid that you use a can opener to cut off as his knife.
Yep.
It was like, yeah, it was insane.
Yep. Exactly.
Good stuff, though. That's why I like that show.
Me too.
Yes. Yeah, so nailed it. If you do watch it, I would like you to let me know what you think of that, lady.
I'm sure I will, especially if I hate it as much as you just said.
Oofa.
You watch anything else this week?
Not really, but I am finally driving my Jeep again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Been a long process of parts and this and that, and let me tell you, AutoZone's a goddamn lifesaver.
Yeah.
They have the old, like, loan a tool thing. You just put some money down and get a tool, and you take it back and get your money back.
Right.
I had one thing I just could not. I think I posted online. I tried every redneck backwoods. I don't have this tool, but this is how you do it. Solution. Nothing worked.
Right.
And I'm like, fuck it. And I went and got it in like 5 minutes. Boom. It's good.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course. And that would like snowballed everything into place of what I needed to fix. And now I'm not shooting coolant everywhere, Brian.
Oh, that's too bad.
It's amazing not having an overheating, steaming vehicle.
I guess I could see.
Coal-fired?
Tony is one of the very first Jeeps.
Yeah, just shoveling coal into a little tiny door inside.
Oh, it's adorable. It looks like an easy bake oven.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man, it feels so good.
Well, that's good.
I know that thing is a rattly fucking nightmare. I did miss it.
Yeah. It's so weird because it's one of those things I will never understand. It is truly it's a Jeep thing you'll never understand thing that I've known other people that have had Jeeps and they're like half falling apart and they're just like, I wouldn't give it up, and if I had to, kind of, and you're like, it's a piece of shit. What are you doing? Yeah.
But the only reason I mean, if I got rid of my Jeep, it would be because I'm getting another one.
Yeah.
Like if I would try, like that's my goal now is flip mine into a 4-door Jeep.
Whoa.
I know used are not bad.
Whoa. No, I'm just because of the callback to when.
See in the paper yesterday.
Yeah.
I know 4-door Jeep money.
Right.
Yeah, although I did see in the paper yesterday because we live in Toledo where Jeeps are made.
Right.
That this year they're having a special edition Jeep. And it's called the Nacho Jeep.
Oh God.
And it says Nacho Jeep right on the side, and it's going to be in like shit cheese color.
Oh my God.
Which is kind of awesome.
It's something.
The old Nacho Jeep.
Boy.
But yeah, it's it was a couple days of wrenching, and I got all kinds of nicks and shit all over me, but
nice.
Oh, good Lord. I'm so glad and that isn't a thing I do like about it, is they're so easy to work on. I'm no mechanic, but I can take shit apart and put it back together.
Yeah.
And that's all you need to know how to do with those things, it seems like.
Well, yeah, from what I've gathered, it seems like that's partially so that you can customize them easily,
Yeah, it's so you can customize them easy, and if you're out fucking rock crawling, dog, and something breaks, you can fix it out on the trail, basically.
Yeah, which makes sense. Yeah.
It's a lot of bolt-on stuff, which is nice.
Yeah.
Not as nice as bolt-on titties, am I right?
Bolt-on titties?
It's a subreddit if you want to see some fake pictures.
Why is it that I am like, he's probably telling the truth?
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Sometimes I click just when I'm on Reddit, I just go, let me see everything. Let me hit all.
Yeah.
And there's some weird subreddits that get a lot of traction. And I was just scroll. And I was like, those are some crazy giant fake tits. And I looked at the subreddit. I was like, bolt-on titties.
Wow.
Of course.
Wow. All right.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Sure, yeah. The fuck?
Speaking of bolt-on titties.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
I was thinking about this the other day. Does MTV's Spring Break still exist?
I couldn't tell you.
You remember that used to be a thing, like when we were in our formative years?
Oh, sure, yeah. Carson Daly coming to...
It was a major thing.
Yeah, him and, Carmen Electra, I think, and whatever.
Yeah, just be, stupid broads running around in bikinis all over the place and be like, oh, we're having a foam party. It was just like, whoa. I'm 14. This is arousing.
Yeah, bros wearing their visors everywhere.
Yeah, but it was such a big deal.
Yeah, it was.
I just don't know if it's still a thing anymore.
I don't know. That's a good question. And if it is it as big of a deal also? Because I don't know. You would think it wouldn't be.
Right. Actually, maybe I'll just Google it.
Well, because I was just thinking about it. I was like, well, maybe it's kind of replaced by, because there's like festivals all summer, with like 4,000 bands and stuff. And, so maybe those have kind of replaced it a little more. I don't know. Or maybe the kids don't do that. They just do something else.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it seems like Sugar Ray and Papa Roach need something to do,
Right.
And Smash Mouth.
It doesn't seem like it's really a thing anymore.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, nothing I can really find.
Yeah, because before it was really fueled by TRL,
Oh yeah, big time.
So
yeah.
with that going away, that kind of plus they used to have stuff like Singled Out and all that, at the beach and whatever, They're different.
Well, they'd have like concerts. Remember they had Jerry Springer?
Yeah.
They did all kinds of goofy shit.
Yeah. Why not?
I guess the age of the internet probably just derailed all of that.
Yeah. Could be.
I don't know. It was something that crossed my mind. I'm like, is that a thing anymore?
Yeah. Yeah. Nope.
So I had that going for me, that thought. But here, I got one more thing.
Okay.
My notes of notes.
Right.
And this is a weird one, right?
Okay.
So I'm in our local Kroger. Not local. I'm in Bowling Green, Ohio, at the Kroger's there. They just built a brand new, like, giant, just ridiculous Kroger's.
Okay.
And Kroger's, for those who don't live around here, is like our grocery store. If you, I guess, West Coast, like a Ralph's, I think it is. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. It goes pretty deep. They go all the way to like Florida, I think, from here. So.
Florida?
Mm-hmm.
But so I had to get a bottle of water because I was low on H2O and I'm working. I drink a shit ton of water when I'm working.
Right.
So I was like, let me run to Kroger's real quick because generally where they have the Starbucks, they call it the marketplace. And there's like ready to eat food. There's generally a cooler with drinks, So I go in there and there's nothing. I mean, there's all the food and the sushi and everything else they do, but I'm like, well, shit. Now I got to go find the water aisle. So I'm wandering, trying to find a water aisle, right? And I come around the corner and, well, first off, there's a whole like cheesemonger guy now. They have a whole cheese section. There's,
oh, wow.
Like its own separate deal, and there's people working there. Like, we're cheese people, and it had a special name, like I don't know, Uncle Arthur's cheese. I don't know.
Right? Did you bite one of them to see what kind of if they were cheese people?
Holy shit, you are cheese people! I feel like Wallace and Gromit all of a sudden.
Yeah. What a timely pull!
I know, right? But so I walk past the cheesemonger people, and I stumble upon a bar.
Oh, they went this route, huh?
In the middle of Kroger's.
Yeah.
There's a little bar. It had probably 8 stools. There's 2 TVs, and they had like 10 taps.
They're trying to compete with
what Whole
Foods is doing. Yeah, Whole Foods has done that, I think, at some of their stores.
The only place I've seen that before is at that Jungle Jim's, that crazy grocery store we went to in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, and I literally stopped. Like, the fuck?
Well, sure. Your beer sense was...
There's 2 bartenders, an old guy sitting there drinking a pint, and they're just bullshitting. I'm like, what? And they'd fill growlers, which is cool.
Nice.
But it threw me off completely.
Sure. I just figured your beer sense was tingling as you walked by, you know? Like, I sense beer.
Was.
Like, I sense pints.
Yeah, it's, I mean...
Like, are you giving out samples?
they didn't have anything remarkable on tap.
Yeah.
But it was all basically craft stuff except Guinness.
Now, here's the question. Can you walk around the store with it?
That I don't know.
Because, like, at the Whole Foods they have them, you can walk around the store with it. They just give you, like, a plastic cup instead of a travel glass. Yeah. And I think you have to consume it within the store. You know, obviously you can't take it out of there.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if our local Kroger's up the road here, the one I always go to, if they did that, one, I mean, I was there earlier today and I wanted to murder about 3/5 of people in the store because everyone there's a moron.
Yeah, that sounds pretty right.
Yeah. But if I could go in there and be like, oh shit, the store is driving me insane, I'm going to go have a Guinness and like relax for a second.
Yeah, right?
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit here and watch the game and have a pint and my shopping cart's right here. Or even better, I'll bring my kids and be like, here's the list. I'll be here. You come get me when you're done.
That's the way to do it. Yeah. Listen, if the store had that, I'd probably go grab a pint every time I was in there. I'd probably grab one, you know, for walking around.
I would at least have to see what they have.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, because there used to be, the Andersons, while they're still open, their market that they had a growler fill station. It was the first real grocery store in our area that did that. Yeah. And even if I wasn't buying beer, I always had to look at what they had. Mm-hmm. I just couldn't help myself.
Right.
It would be the same thing. I don't know. It was just like, like I said, it stopped me in my tracks. And if I wasn't working, I probably would have had one.
Yeah, there's that. But it's like, there's been a bunch of times I've gone in to pick up medicine and I'll get in there and they don't have it done. And they're like, oh, it'll be about 15, 20 minutes. That'd be perfect. I'd be like, well, I'm going to go have a pint. Or 6.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because since you're not a coffee guy, I mean, because you could go get a coffee and sit in their little sitting area over by Starbucks.
I have gone over to the Starbucks and got a refreshing lime refresher.
A cool lime refresher.
Mm-hmm. I have done that a couple of times.
I don't know. It was weird, man.
Yeah.
I mean, but not weird in a bad way.
Right. No, I'd be happy if I saw that.
That's the future of grocery stores. Bring it on.
Yeah, right. I'm cool with that. Yeah. Well, you think about it this way. It's like right now, most of the stores seem to be trying to push people toward the order online, pick it up, you know, just show up and they dump it in your car, you know?
Yeah.
So this gets people to go in because with that other stuff, you're going to lose a lot of impulse buys, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Because like me, if I have a grocery list and I just jump online and I type in, you know, just this, here, order it. That's all I'm going to get. If we go in, I'm probably going to buy a whole bunch of other shit I don't need.
Oh, I am the king of that.
Or, you know, sometimes you go in and you're like, oh, wow, meat's cheap or this is on sale. So let's grab some of this, you know, or whatever. So,
right.
You know, yeah. So it is interesting to me how they're going to make up for that because that's going to be lost. I guess the way they can make up for it technically would be they'll need less employees. So,
well,
yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you though, every time I go into the store, I'm so tempted to start doing that.
Oh yeah, I know.
So tempted.
I mean, I had to get some random shit, you know, over the weekend or something.
Yeah.
And because I became that guy. I have the app. So I'm like, oh, I wonder what coupons they have. You know?
Yep.
If they have coupons for the shit I'm buying, I'm using
them. I do too, yeah. Because they're so easy. All you have to do is just click add, basically. You know, you don't have to.
Yeah, and then you punch your number in, you're good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's amazing. But so I was doing that and I saw that whole like click list thing. I was like, oh fuck, I could just do this. I don't have to go in the store. And then I saw this will be available by whatever time. It was way later than I needed it.
Yeah, you have to give a window. Yeah.
But the thought crossed my mind.
Yeah.
And that stuff makes perfect sense for like my in-laws, you know, because they're older and, you know, he's in a wheelchair and
stuff
like that makes perfect sense for people like that.
Or like my mom.
Or like our Or your mom, or I was going to say our friend Michelle, who she's,
Yep.
She can't get around that great because of whatever the fuck's going on with her body.
Yeah. Or for people like me who are just lazy as fuck. No.
Or that.
Oh man. Well, I told you before, like I thought about using it in the winter when it was just really cold outside, and I was like, but I just couldn't because I feel so bad for the people that have to go do that.
Have to wheel it out to you.
Yeah, so I was like, I can't do that.
Well, you could always,
in the summer I might though.
So give the winter people a tip. Like,
true.
Hey, thanks, man. Here's some cash for your pocket.
That's true. I could do that.
Make it worth their while.
Yeah. I might do it in the summer.
This car pull up, you service me immediately.
And then get my groceries. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Yeah, like I said, I might in the summer though, because, it's no secret I don't deal well with heat. So,
right.
And it does suck when you have to unload, a heaving cart of groceries when it's like 95 or something. So, yeah.
Right.
I may do it then. For my own sake, but, whatever.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right. So anything else for your week?
I'm sure there's other things, but it's fine.
All right. Fair enough.
it is. If it pops in my head, I'll just go like, whoa.
Right. I can't remember if I said last week that I finished the first season of The Good Place or if I was just in the first season. But
I don't remember, to be honest.
Either way, I finished the first season. And it sucks because I thought the second season was in Hulu, but it's one of those bullshits where it's like episode 8 forward.
Why do they do that shit?
Yeah.
I don't even understand.
I hate it, but usually I think it's because they only have streaming rights, and then like say Netflix will get it eventually, so they can only have it in Hulu for X amount of time, because after that,
because it's like straight from TV to Hulu to eventually Netflix, right?
I think so. So, because I know with some shows that's what's happened. I don't know if this is one of them, but I know with some other shows that's happened. It sucks. Because now I gotta wait. It's
still pretty late.
Yeah, now I gotta wait until it shows up somewhere, or I don't know, maybe NBC's app has it or something, but I don't think so. I think NBC uses Hulu, if I'm not mistaken, don't they? Because they're part owner of Hulu. Yeah, I would say NBC, I think.
As a non-Hulu user, I'm not sure.
Right. So, whatever. So, since I couldn't watch any more of that, I moved on to Jessica Jones.
I see. I haven't started season 2 yet.
Yeah, I had forgotten that it was in there, and honestly, I wasn't terribly excited to start this season, but I started watching it. I've got 4 left to watch, I think, and it's good, but it's not as good as last season. And Jessica! As much as I'm not a fan of his, he really, that's the difference.
Right.
Like him not being on the show, you really miss it, cause there's not a villain like him in this season, really, so it's a little more about like relationships being explored and different stuff like that. Like I said, it's a fine show. It's not that it's bad. It's just,
about relationships being.
Yeah. There's, it's hard to describe
because I'm going to watch it, but
it's hard to describe, but it's more about
something seems weird.
Yeah, I can't really tell you either without giving spoilers away.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah. So, and I know you'll watch it at some point. So, but anyway, it's fine. I'm going to finish it because it's, I'm almost done with it anyway. And it's not that it's bad. It's just, it's not as exciting as the season before was. So the season before, was gripping because of Kilgrave,
Right.
That, you were when you'd finish an episode and they'd have kind of a good cliffhanger and you're like, shit, I gotta watch the next one, This season hasn't really had that. Although, in fairness, usually in the middle of the season is when these shows get boring. And then usually they pick up again toward the end.
They pick back up again.
So I should be at the pickup point because there's 4 episodes left. There's, the setup, then 2 episodes where there's kind of a big deal going on, and then the climax,
Right.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'll talk about it next week, I am now I just started the 6th episode of the Blueprint for Armageddon Hardcore History.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's where I started, was the first one.
Right.
So that's a lot of episodes. Well, not a lot of episodes, a lot of hours of listening.
Yeah, that's a time.
I started with.
I wasn't going to say a time suck,
but it's not.
Worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's I started with 12 episodes to listen to that. I was behind on. I'm down to 7, I think now, or whatever, 7 or 6, somewhere in that number. I forgot, whatever it is.
8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9 episodes.
And it's still amazing because, I've still got a 6-hour one down the road because the newest one was 6 hours plus.
Yes. But it was so good.
And all the other ones are closer to 4 than they are to 3. So I've probably still got about 3 days of listening. And I don't mean, a couple hours a day. I mean 3 full days of listening.
Like legit days.
Yeah. So, but I'm burning through them. So, it's, I honestly think once I get through these,
I wish he could just narrate my life.
He could if he had the right money, I'm sure.
I guess.
I mean, if you made enough, I'm sure he's, $1 Million Man says, everyone's got a price. Yeah. So.
Good point.
Yeah, I don't, the end is not near, but at the same time, I've made quite a bit of progress because, 5 episodes of that is a good amount of listening.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Well, it's but the thing with that show is, you're once you get that 5-hour episode past you, and it ends and wraps up, you're like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I kind of miss it, though.
Right. I bet. Well, it's funny because what I've done is, as newer episodes of a couple others have dropped, I'll listen to the full episode of Hardcore History, and then even though the next one picks up right there, I'll go listen to something else as a palate cleanser, basically, because listening to it back to back feels like you're sitting through school. It really does.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like you're sitting through a long lecture, and you're like, "Oh my God, enough!" But then you're like, "It's so good."
Interesting.
It is.
Yeah, it's like if it was and then the Russians came across.
Oh my God.
Lines, I'd be like, well, I wouldn't even download it.
No, I wouldn't either. Yeah, I would have been done by now.
Yeah.
Although there's one thing that cracks me up about this, which is how he says the word again. Because he says again. And again. Yeah. And every time he says it, I laugh almost because it hits the ear weird,
Right.
So, So that's been kind of fun, I guess. But it is an amazing, it's an amazing podcast, and it's amazing how much work clearly goes into them. So, yeah, because the last one I listened to was the one where he talks about Rasputin, which is an awesome episode. And the one I'm listening to now, he's talking about the beginnings of, communism.
Right.
I think, or that's where the last one ended. I can't remember. Again, they blend because so many hours.
And if you're just plowing through them, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
you probably fall asleep and you have Dan Carlin's voice in your head.
Probably, yeah. And I'm done listening.
Sweet.
Yeah,
that'd be a great dream time.
Yeah, he's just talking to me about going to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
You should go to sleep again.
It's funny because if a person hadn't picked that up before, you will every time now. Every time he says it.
Ruined.
Yeah, ruined. Yep.
Completely ruined.
I think the next show I'm going to catch up on is going to be Tim Ferriss because I'm a long ways behind on his. So
it's another good one.
Exactly, it's another one where some of them are longer, but it's I don't want to delete them because there's usually something good in each one.
It's each one usually has something. When you hear it, you go, "Whoa, that's profound."
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's I wish there was a Cliff Notes version of it to where like a 20-minute version where you just get that nugget and But
it's you remember in Bill and Ted's when he's sitting with Sigmund Freud.
Freud.
I can't even talk. Yes, and he just sits up off the couch and goes, "Whoa!"
Yep.
Yeah, it's that moment usually at least once during a Tim Ferriss podcast.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is over the last couple days I've listened to. Last few days, whatever. I've listened to those hardcore history episodes. I've listened to 2 Philosophize This, which is a half-hour-ish podcast about philosophy. So
right.
by the time I'm done with these, though, it's just like I said. It's like I feel like my brain is a little fried because it feels like all I'm doing is learning, essentially. So then I'm like, all right, I got to find something that's like dick and fart jokes or something to listen to. Because
that's why I like doing this chronologically like I do. Because it's a fine mix. Because I'll go from a Ferris or a hardcore history right to a Chip Chipperson.
Right. Well, see, and that's the other thing is, like I said, the next one on deck for me is Tim Ferriss. So it's another podcast where it talks about, bettering yourself or thinking and different, so it kind of feels like a lesson as well,
Right, exactly.
So, but on the other side, well, plus I listened to that Science Versus, and that was all like, here's the science on this, basically, so it's, I've realized that once again, I, like at one point, remember when I was like, honestly, I think all my podcasts that I listen to now are learning podcasts, and I think I'm getting back to that point.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, there is, because I need something to break it up. Like you said, I need to throw in the Chip Chippersons and stuff like that to break it up.
Full of dick jokes and just meanness.
Yeah, basically.
Kind of cleanse the palate.
Yeah, exactly. So this past week on Monday Night Raw, they had. I told you a while ago, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy were kind of battling over the woken Matt Hardy surfaced and whatnot.
Stay woke, Matt Hardy.
Right. Well, they had the Ultimate Deletion this week, which was filmed
Did he come out dressed like the Ultimate Warrior?
No.
That would be amazing.
Well, he's already been ultimately deleted. Yeah. I was like... God already ultimately deleted him. So,
this is true. You have been deleted.
Yeah. But this was taped at the Hardy compound, like the other ones were, like the Final Deletion and stuff. And even though it's with WWE, Vanguard 1 was back, Skarsgård, which is the dilapidated boat, and Senor Benjamin was there also, which was cool because, that's all part of the original gimmick.
Right.
And there's some moments in it that were like really funny. Like there's a point in it where it shows kind of like a graveyard, and the tombstones, Matt is hiding behind one and Bray's running around looking for him. And then Matt peeks out from around the corner and he's like, yes! And then he hides again, and Bray starts running, and they speed it up to where it looks like something out of Benny Hill almost, or a Scooby-Doo chase.
That same noise he makes is the same noise I make when I think about soul food.
That's fair. You mean the movie, right?
Well, of course.
Or the TV show, I think. Yeah.
They have a TV show?
I think it was probably like a Tyler Perry soul food or something. I don't know.
We call it like Soul Fixins?
Probably not. No, it's probably still called Soul Food. I think there was a show. I don't know how long it was on. I'm pretty sure there was.
Or Medea production.
Let's hope.
Oh, God.
No?
No. Medea can eat. Ugh.
Yeah. I don't know.
Unless it's like Tyler Perry presents Medea's got red beans and AIDS.
Wow. That's pretty harsh, dude.
Fuck Medea.
I don't know, man. I kind of have a lot of respect for the guy, though, because he like owns all his shit, Like he owns the area where they tape or they film everything, so all the money stays in his pocket. So brilliant.
I will give him that stuff, but I can't give him the concept behind the movies. I don't understand them.
Well, you're not meant to.
I guess not.
You're not an African American person, Tony. Most of his movies are kind of geared to them.
What? But Wakanda forever.
True. Okay, so the TV show had 5 seasons. And Tyler Perry's name doesn't appear anywhere on it, so I'm just racist. No, I thought he was like a producer or something on it, but I don't see his name anywhere, so.
Do you see T on the cast?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, anyway, there you go. That's, we learned.
Yeah. Hey, sorry. Soul food, monkey wrench.
Right. So, there's a couple parts like that in the Ultimate Deletion, which are just ridiculous, and that's what you want from it, because that's the whole, broken or woken Matt Hardy gimmick, is it's just ridiculous,
Right.
And there's some other parts of it to where things are kind of a little too slick. Like, you can tell it's WWE this time,
Slick Rick?
Yes. Like,
that would be sick.
The hologram that shows up above Vanguard that's Matt Hardy's face is, looks really good and different stuff. But, anyway, spoiler alert, he beats Bray Wyatt and then he throws him into the lake of resurrection.
Is this supposed to be like the Lazarus Pit or some shit?
Basically, yeah. Like, you go into it and you come out as, someone new, basically.
Right.
And then, so he tells Senior Benjamin to fetch the body, basically. And when he goes to get it, the body's gone.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Now, what's really weird is, that's basically, where it ends, is with the cliffhanger.
Right.
So, it was good. It wasn't as good as the final deletion, with the, like, they brought some of the stuff back, like the fireworks were back and stuff like that, but it wasn't the same as Jeff Hardy walking around shooting fireworks at a person,
Well, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds like any drunken 4th of July.
Right. I'm sorry, not Jeff Hardy, Brother Nero. So, yeah, it's, it was a fun watch, though.
Brother Nero, good. Nero's Pizza, terrible.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Man. So, yeah, that's, like I said, that was fun to watch. If, anyone's out there, if you haven't, if you've watched some of the others, you probably enjoyed this one a little bit too, so.
I really do think Ultimate Deletion should be, someone needs to be an Ultimate Warrior painting ribbons and loincloth and whatever else. Not the trench coat.
No.
That was just weird.
That duster was weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the art was the art on it was cool though. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I forgot that guy's name, but he's a super talented guy. JR actually had him on his podcast, and he was talking about doing all those coats for Warrior and working with him and how weird Warrior was. So
Warrior says. If you want to see some weird YouTube videos, look that shit up.
Oh, dude. Well, it's like they're having a few years ago, they introduced at WrestleMania, they have a battle royal that's called the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, right? And the trophy is like a good size, basically a trophy of Andre.
Right.
But this year they decided they're going to do one for the women, and they named it after Fabulous Moolah. And, because, they had the Mae Young Classic, which was an all-women tournament. And so they named it after Moolah. Well, apparently, not that long ago, it had kind of come out that Moolah basically pimped out girls that worked for her. Like, literally pimped them out.
Oh my.
Yeah, so a lot of people were like, hey, WWE, how about maybe not, glorifying someone who did this, even though in the wrestling business, she was a pioneer and all this other stuff. But
so was The Godfather.
Yeah. That'd be great, The Godfather Memorial Battle Royal.
Right.
Side note, he owns a strip club now.
Is it called Godfathers?
No, I forgot the name of it. I think
called Papa Shango's.
No. I think him and D'Lo.
Coco Beware's.
No, that's a different guy.
Oh, whoops. No.
Racist.
I thought that was Tyler Perry. I can't even talk. I was trying to get it out too quick.
Yep.
I stumbled over my own fucking words.
Yep. Got the old fat tongue.
Yeah, flat tire in my face.
Yep. Anyway, so they've just changed the name now to like the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale.
That is so shitty.
It's a terrible name, but they had to do something last minute basically with it because WrestleMania is in like 20 days or 18 days, I think now. So, you know, they didn't have a lot of choice.
What if they call it the Not So Fabulous Moolah Classic?
Right?
Yeah.
Well, they could have named it like Trish Stratus. Well, you can't really Memorial because she's still alive. I mean, you know, so I don't know. I don't know who else. I'm sure there's some other women that could have been named. A lot of people were saying that they should name it after China, which I knew wasn't going to happen because of China being, you know, on drugs and all that other stuff. So that's not going to happen either. Which is the shame because it's like a lot of the women you wouldn't be able to name it after. And Mae Young, they've already named something after. So, you know, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you don't have to name it like the China Classic or whatever. Mm-hmm. You just call it like the Lady Dick Olympics.
Damn it, Tony. So, yeah.
But
I don't know. So anyway, that's, yeah. All right, that's enough wrestling for this time. There's a lot of wrestling in this one. I'm not sorry. But that is all I have.
All right, fair enough. Well, I don't know. How long have we been doing this thing?
I don't know. Probably an hour and a half. Oh, an hour and 26 minutes.
Sick. So we should probably start moving on to the closing remarks. They were like,
like Jerry Springer when he used to have the...
Who was that dumpy dope that was like, nah, the bags of chips have fucking ants in them or whatever.
Oh. Andy Rooney.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
I need an Andy Rooney segment.
Speaking of dead, yeah.
Yeah, right.
That would be great. We totally should do that. Should be our old man rant segment.
Yeah, just Andy Rooney some shit.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So last week's Q of the W was, what is your go-to snack?
Right. Let me make sure no one else randomly answered on the Instagrams.
No. Taking it to another platform this week.
Oh, fuck yeah, son.
Well, here, I'm gonna go ahead and answer with the Twitter one because you've got more than I do. Heno says a banana and an apple or a pear every day mid-morning. Which makes sense. Nothing wrong with any of those.
Yeah. What about all of those mixed together? On top of vanilla pudding.
I mean, you could. $240 worth of the pudding?
$240.
Oh, yeah.
Shop the pudding. Make sweet love to the pudding. All right. Okay, I got all my shit.
All right.
Hold up here, son.
All right.
So I've got multiple platforms of social media to check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that was it on Twitter?
Yeah, that's the only one I saw.
For shame, birds of Twitter. For shame.
Birds of Twitter.
Yes. So, our buddy, Big Dev, he says, peanut butter. Just a big old spoonful of it.
He likes it on the roof of his mouth or licking off of balls. Which is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Jeff from Hobie, he says food.
So, anything apparently for him, huh?
Exactly.
Okay.
Valerie, she says all the snacks.
I think people are kind of missing. Yeah.
Everybody's hobbying this shit.
Yeah, I know.
And then our buddy Philip, he just says sunflower seeds.
Oh, yeah. I saw he posted a snap about that apparently he's addicted to them now.
Addicted, yeah. Addicted to chaos.
Yeah. Who isn't? Yeah. I've been there, though. I used to, like when I was in college, when I would be sitting up all night drawing, I just keep throwing handfuls of sunflower seeds in my face. So,
right.
I understand.
I like sunflower seeds. I don't like the work that comes with them.
You can buy them shelled, but it's just...
I do.
It's not the same.
Like I'm cheating.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the same. Yeah.
It's like I buy them shelled, but I kind of hide them, like in shame.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, hey, is that guy eating shelled sunflower seeds? No.
No.
No. I was watching you exercise.
Exactly. Like I wrapped the jar of shelled sunflower seeds in like a copy of Honcho or whatever K magazine is. I think Honcho's one. I really don't know.
I hope it is. If it isn't, somebody's missed out on an opportunity there, because that's a great name for a magazine.
It's like Big Dick's Monthly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I just slide the sunflower seeds like.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll allow it.
So on Instagram, the Uneducated Humor Podcast, they said kale chips. Just kidding. Family-sized bag of Doritos.
So, did they specify what type?
Just said nacho.
Oh, okay.
Classic.
Boo. Yeah.
They're classic.
I know. I'm Team Cool Ranch, but whatever.
And then I have a decent amount of answers from Snapchat.
Okay.
Kara, she says pork rinds because keto.
Fair enough.
I can't argue that.
Yep.
Joe Podblock, he does I can't remember the name of his podcast, but it's about the Simpsons.
Okay.
It's whatever the address is, their house address is. That's his podcast.
Oh, okay. Something Evergreen Terrace. Yeah.
Yeah, right. He says gross, cheap microwave burritos.
What's funny is when you just say microwave burritos, you kind of have gross already covered, because there aren't very many of them that aren't. So,
Well, he followed up his chat with a actual snap of the burrito.
Oh, okay.
And he's a Canadian gentleman.
All right.
So
okay.
Half the label was in English, the other half was in French.
Of course.
I told him that looks like a fancy burrito to
me. There's nothing like a French burrito,
Right? Hey, I took it back to my place, gave her the old French burrito. Oh,
shit.
Oh, wait. Where is it? I lost it.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck you, Dice Man.
Wow. 2 weeks in a row, huh, Tony? You're struggling with that board. I think you need to, run some practice on it or something. That's better.
I wish I could, color code and I guess I never actually looked. I might be able to.
Yeah. That would be helpful. Yeah.
That would be helpful.
Mm.
Anywho. Kelly, she's actually a local artist in our area that somehow started following our Snapchat.
That poor woman. Yeah.
All right. She says harvest snaps. They're baked like sugar snap peas.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've had them.
Those are actually delicious.
Those are really good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, I should pick some of those up at the store. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah. They're fucking delicious, dude.
Yeah.
Our buddy Clint from, lots of podcasts. He's on Geek Dig, and I think, does he do another one? Oh, he's sometimes on Jared's podcast, although I don't think that's come out in a while.
No, and he was on Green Up, too.
Green Up, too. I knew he's on another one.
Mm-hmm.
Jalapeno Doritos. That's his go-to.
Okay.
Philip chimed in again.
Jeez.
With simply all the beers.
That's fair. They'll fill you up for sure.
I get that.
Because he's not drinking... Well, most of the time he's not drinking, water beers. So
right, exactly. Jesse, he says Triscuits.
Okay.
Which I'm Triscuits are weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of them, you wonder, it's olive oil and garlic. That's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just your regular Triscuit, it's like eating a bathroom tile.
Yeah. The only way I can eat those is if I'm eating them with some sort of meats or cheese or something along those lines.
Yeah. It definitely needs assistance.
Right.
For sure.
For sure.
And then Steve, he says peanut butter and apples, which that's strong too.
Yep. I agree.
I will punch a baby in the face for a good apple and peanut butter combination.
I don't think you need to do that, though. I think you could just get the peanut butter and apple.
Nah, it definitely goes with a fuck you, baby.
All right. I can't think of any time I hear anyone refer to punching a baby. I just always think of the Will Ferrell gif.
Yes.
From that movie with him and Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I laughed so hard. I still wish they wouldn't have put that in the commercial
I know. That should have been a treat for the people who actually saw the movie.
Yeah, that should have been the moment where you shit yourself in the theater because you're laughing so hard.
Yes, exactly.
That's pretty hard, or you've got some loose bowels.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That quote-unquote butter topping just shoots right through you like a roadrunner.
Meep.
Meep indeed.
Yikes. All right, got any more?
That's what I got. That's what I got on my end.
So I've got Fluffy Bunny Ashes, who's kind of like with the others, and she says, my go-to is whatever is handiest that fits whichever snacking mood I'm in. Crunchy, chewy, cheesy, sweet, salty, fruity, or chocolate, because she's a stoner. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And, normally I would have been like
cheating.
I know. But it's the truth though, So.
Yeah, I know.
I know what you're saying. I know. That's some severe hobbying, but, I'll allow it in her case. Because fair stoner, enough. That's, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She gets a pass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Be kind of like, for a long time you'd be like, hey, what do you like to eat when you drink? And be like, I don't know, whatever's close and open,
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Does it fit in my mouth?
Well, that's a different situation. A lot of things will fit in your mouth.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's like, after a night of drinking, if they cut me open like a great white, there'd be like license plates and shit in there.
Well, that's probably true, because you've been rooting around in the trash.
Well, yeah, accurate.
Fucking trash panda.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And lastly, Cheeto Bandito says his go-to snack is peanut butter, creamy or crunchy, straight up out the jar with an apple on bread with pretzels, etc. If we are thinking more along the lines of a crunchy, salty bagged snack food, then I'm going to go with hot and spicy pork rinds. I will eat those fuckers till my mouth hurts.
That's fine.
And he also tagged in here that last week's question, which is cereal a soup? He said nope.
I have a pro tip for Cheeto, although he may have already indulged in this.
Okay.
Because I have done this once in my life. Because I am also a peanut butter fan.
True.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I took a Hershey's Special Dark and just broke it apart and just dunked them shits in the peanut butter.
I don't see a problem with that. That sounds like a
fucking animal.
I mean, you got peanut butter in my chocolate. You got chocolate in my peanut butter. Yeah.
It was so delicious.
Mm-hmm. See, you need to go that next level and take the chocolate bar and just spread a bunch of peanut butter on there and slam another chocolate bar on top of it.
Oh shit, son! And now we're talking.
Then just eat or just like you said, break it up in there, just eat the whole jar, whatever.
Oh man, it was
Mm-hmm.
It was like I was like, this is the best version of Dunkers ever.
Dunkaroos
indeed, Ryan.
Boy. All right, so that is what we have.
I like what you got. Good job.
It was excellent.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, well, so we got some good ones coming up. Good QWs coming up.
I hope so. We'll see.
And also, as we say probably within the past couple weeks, and I'm going to say it this week, if you have an idea for a QW, by all means, forward it to us.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Anywho.
Yeah.
So, what TV show, Brian,
mm-hmm.
would you choose to be trapped in for a month?
Didn't you ask this one before?
I don't know.
I feel like you did, because I think I went with Married with Children.
Shit, I might have asked this one before.
Well, no, you might have met... You know what? I think you said sitcom before. I don't think you said TV
me in
show.
the goat ass.
No.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's been a while. We can do it. It's fine.
God damn it. I thought it kind of sounded familiar, but when you're just sitting here like,
Well, it's tough, too. We've been doing the Q of the W for a good bit now,
I know. Oh, I know.
I can't remember.
It might be coming full circle soon. We might have to just put it down.
Like, all right, we need a new end of show gimmick.
We need a new gimmick.
Yeah.
It'll be the Rooney old man rant.
Yeah. You know what we should do is we should do a favorite 5.
Ooh, I don't think that's been done.
I don't either. Yeah.
We should do a favorite 8.
Or do the 10-minute abs and be like, oh yeah, well now there's 9-minute abs.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck your 10-minute abs.
Yeah. Like, we're doing a favorite 6.
Yeah, top 3.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Well, we could still go with this one, or we could change it up. Don't matter to me, son.
I don't care either.
Let's just go with it.
Yeah, let's just do it. All right. Do you have your answer? I need a minute to think. Okay, go ahead.
And as much as I was not a fan of this show,
mm-hmm.
it seems like the ideal place to live for a month. Okay. And that would be Friends.
Yeah, because, if you go through there's no way in hell they could afford those apartments. And
yeah. They had killer apartmants. They're always hang out in coffee shops. Works for me.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe they occasionally hang out in bars.
Right.
Works for me.
Right. They swapped.
Jennifer Aniston's nipples.
Right. I was going to say they pretty much all slept with each other. So
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out, Joey. I'm coming.
Yeah. Wow, that's kind of a 2-pronged warning there.
I know, right? It is, isn't it? I said that, and I was like, wow, that's going to be taken on 2 levels.
Could be. All right, that's a really interesting.
And I don't, and like I said, I've never really watched Friends, but I'm pretty sure nobody ever got shot in the face and died.
Not that I'm aware of. I haven't seen all the episodes.
I want to pick it. I want to go to Breaking Bad. You probably gonna die.
No, you probably don't. Yeah. Well, unless you're just in it, you're just not part of the circle.
I really want to try that meth.
Yeah. Right. That's it. That's the only reason you want to go there. I gotta try that.
I got a party of Jesse Pinkman.
Right. Who doesn't want to do that, right? Oh, man. Man. That's it. I don't know. Because see, now, like, the Married with Children would be a terrible pick. Because you'd never get to eat.
This is true.
All that kind of stuff. So that'd be a terrible pick.
Living there for a month.
Mm-hmm. Unless I was, like, with the roads. But who wants to be there?
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Jeez.
Man, I cannot think of one here. Because you're right. There's a lot of them that seem like they'd be cool until you really start thinking about it. And then it's like,
oh man, fuck that world.
Right. Like, clearly I don't want to be part of The Wire,
Right. Right. Omaha's coming.
Well, that too. I'm just thinking it's Baltimore. But
also that.
There's just a lot of crime there. That's all.
Right.
Oh, man. Damn it.
Oh, shit. I have a late entry for the Q to W.
Okay.
Fear and Ennis from the Fearcast just hit me up with pickles as his go-to snack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. It's not something I can do. Like, I can't eat a bunch of pickles. Nice.
So I'll send that back.
Right. Yeah, it's like, I can't eat a bunch of pickles. I like them on things, and I'll eat one with a sandwich or something like that, but
I'll go hard on some pickles.
Yeah, you will. Hey, listen to this sound. You're just fucking the jar.
The vinegar burns a little, but it's okay. It's a good burn.
Yeah. Yep.
Keeping my reader clean.
Right. Oh, gross.
Yep. That's
Man,
what we do here.
I'm really struggling coming up with an answer for this one, Tony.
Lord. Beverly Hillbillies?
Well, I was trying to think of, like, what would be, like, a really fun, like, month of living, like, Silver Spoons,
Oh, the dude, that train set.
Right?
Fucking legit. Pinball tables.
Yeah.
You kick that super blonde kid in the head.
Right?
Head kick.
Different strokes. I get to live with a rich dude, even though it's kind of creepy and weird, but whatever.
True. Slash, get some black culture.
Right? As long as I'm not Dudley in this scenario, because that's no good.
Oh, boy, yeah. Don't go to the bike shop.
I don't want to be Dudley.
No. Facts of life, hang out with a bunch of broads.
Yeah, maybe.
Dukes of Hazzard. Because, what's her name?
What about the A-team?
That would be actually
do I get to be part of the A-team if I hang out with the A-team? Or if I'm in that world?
Unless you're like, oh, cool, I'm living in the A-team world, and you're one of the thugs they beat up.
Yeah.
No, this is not what I wanted.
Do you know what I would be? I'd end up being like the Annie Potts to their Ghostbusters.
Fair enough.
I just have to sit in the office, and while they're out having cool adventures, I'm just sitting there taking phone calls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
That would be a bummer.
Yeah.
It'd be like if you're a Knight Rider and you're just in charge of keeping Kit polished.
Right, yeah.
This sucks.
I'm just happy to be here. Just wiping him off.
Kit's like, yes, use the chamois that.
Here we go. I got my answer.
What's up?
Cheers.
Where everybody knows your name?
Yeah, because everyone knows my name, and I get to drink all the time.
It always looked like a great bar to hang out in.
Mm-hmm. And because I secretly want to get molested by Rhea Perlman.
Well, hold on.
What?
Now I got to ask.
Okay.
Is it Kirstie Alley cheers or is it Shelley Long cheers?
Kirstie Alley, because Shelley Long annoyed the piss out of me.
Yeah. Okay. Good call.
Yeah. So.
Plus, that was Kirstie Alley when she was Kirstie Alley.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, not Christy Turnpike or whatever.
Although, the downside is that depending on where I come into this, I miss Coach, but I get Woody. So I don't know.
That's true.
Coach was pretty awesome. Woody was funny, but he's funny to laugh at,
Coach never won an Oscar.
True.
Just saying.
But he's Coach. I mean.
He is Coach.
Yeah.
He was full of that wisdom and shit.
Exactly. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's going to be my answer because I can't think of a better one right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Although, looking at the beers that used to get poured in that place, I'm not sure I really want to drink there.
No.
Those are some watery beers.
No. If you're there for a month, though, I mean, Cheers took place in Boston, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You could at least convince them to get Sam Adams.
Yeah, that's probably true. Or if not, I'll just go over to Gary's and drink. I'm sure he's got it.
Definitely.
I don't know if you remember Gary's. That was like their rival bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot the rest of the name of the place, but yeah, it's like Gary's Old Time something or whatever. I don't know. Yeah.
You don't want to pick MASH or you might be forced to choke out a baby?
No, that would be a terrible place to go for a month. Even with all the joking and whatnot.
Like, oh man, we're in Korea. This sucks.
Yeah, right. There's that to begin with. And it's wartime, so that's extra suck. And I'm not trained in any sort of medical stuff, so I don't really know what I'd be doing there.
Cross-dressing with, what's his name?
Klinger.
Farr.
Yeah. Well, we are both from Toledo. I mean.
That's what I'm saying. Toledo proud, son.
We can both be walking around promoting the world-famous Toledo Mud Hens.
Right.
And Tony Pacos, of course.
Of course. Yeah, naturally.
All right, so yeah.
many choices.
That's going to be my answer. I know, and that's the thing is, it's like when I was thinking of others, it was like most of the time I was thinking of like, what's the drawback?
Definitely.
Because, I mean, easily someone could pick Seinfeld. Nothing really bad happens in that world.
Not really. Just have to deal with Newman. That's kind of sucks.
That's pretty awful. Yeah.
But Kramer comes sliding into your apartment yelling racist shit.
Well, I don't think that happened on the show.
Oh, okay.
That was real life.
That's even worse. That's
wait a minute. Yeah, exactly. Oh, boy. So, yeah. All right. Let's go with that then. Or you can pick something fun like The Walking Dead. That'd be great, right?
That would be awesome. Wait.
Only if you are like, I need to kill me some zombies.
Yeah. Be like picking something like Lost, too. Like, this sucks.
Right. Damn it, I should have picked a soap opera.
That would have been awesome. The Young and the Restless.
Except people die all the time on soap operas.
But then they come back.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you got to pick one of those Telemundo soap operas.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
Even though I don't speak
know
Spanish.
Any names of any, but
yeah, I don't either.
Yeah. That would be great. Everyone's speaking Spanish. They're just like, eh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that.
No, please
don't.
Go
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Let me crack my knuckle here. Get crazy.
They say something to me all dramatic, and then I just turn and look at the camera and wait, and then see.
Yeah, dramatic pause.
Right, that's my only line. And then all the rest of the people in the room are like, hands over their mouth, gasping.
You're like El Blanco Muerto. I think that's White Death. I don't know.
I don't know. Sure, why not? I don't know. Yeah.
That'd be your character. It'd be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking sick, bro.
Damn it, I should have picked Eastbound and Down.
That'd be excellent.
I don't know. It'd be weird.
Sounds like some sort of monster truck just pulled down across the street. Jesus Christ.
Let's hope. That'd be awesome.
Is that Bigfoot over there?
Yes. All right. So that's the Q the W for the week.
It's Q the W for the week. So...
Show me what you got.
TV show, month, do it.
Here's a question, because in case anyone asks, are anything that's like reality TV / like pro wrestling or reality TV or cartoons, are those?
Who gives a shit? Let's get crazy, Brian.
All right, fair enough. I'm just asking,
Because
well, here's the next question then. If you live in the cartoon, are you like them, or are you in that world?
I would say if you go into a cartoon world, you become cartoonized.
Okay, so if I'm on The Simpsons, I become yellow.
You get 3 fingers and all that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I'm like most women. I like 3 fingers. Of whiskey?
3-finger death punch?
No, of whiskey.
Oh, right.
I'll take
that
3.
too.
Yeah, actually 3's not enough. Probably need about 10.
Not usually.
Just give me a pint of whiskey.
But stirred. No, pint of whiskey.
Yeah, just a pint of whiskey. In fact, just give me the bottle. Fuck it.
Line them up.
Yep.
Wait, line up pints? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Of whiskey.
Of whiskey? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? Oh boy. What a shit show that would be quickly.
And that's how you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't think I could get through 2. I could definitely get through 1 into the second one. I don't know if I could get all the way through the second one.
Oh God, I don't know. Think about it.
There's no way I'm putting 3 of them down. Probably.
It's kind of hurting my feelings thinking about drinking a pint of whiskey.
Right. Well, especially because at some point you're probably going to have to chug a little bit.
Yes.
To get ahead of it.
/ die.
Right. Well, that's the thing is when you chug it, it tends to kick you in the dick quicker. So.
Well, yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah. So you may accelerate your death quickly that way. I don't know. What would be impressive is if somebody just straight up downed them,
Yeah, they just go through the table like they got power bombed off a chair.
Right. Or their
clumsily.
Or their Matt Foley or whatever his name was.
Yeah. Oh, whoops a daisy.
All right. Well, I think that's it. You got anything else before we wrap it up here?
No, that's it, man.
All right. Well, as always, go to saltylanguage.com so you can check out all the past episodes if you haven't already. There's quite a robust catalog to go through.
Indeed.
Also check out the enthusiasts that we've done. A new one it'll already be out by the time you listen to this. But make sure you check that one out. You can see the networks we're part of, like the Tangent Bound Network, the Geek Life Radio playlist, and
there.
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment. Dude, Michael Leal's gonna fine you if you don't get that right.
I know. Why I almost hit this?
Yeah, boy!
I don't think he'd tolerate that.
He should respect Flava Flav.
You're messing with the brand, though.
That's true. Brand loyalty.
Exactly. While you're on our website, you can also, if you'd like to help the show out, there's a link to our Patreon page on there. If you want to go there and donate some cashes to us, we'd very much appreciate it. And there's some reward levels and stuff there. Or if you just, want to do a one-time deal, you can do that and then cancel once it's been deducted. Or there's, if you're going to be shopping on Amazon, please go to our site first, click the link or the Amazon banner. It'll take you right to their website. Doesn't cost you anything extra. And, give us a little taste.
Mm-hmm. The old taste.
Mm-hmm. And other ways you can help us would be if you're using Apple Podcasts to rate, review, and subscribe. If you have not already, if you're using Stitcher or Spotify, please use the like or share options. That helps us get more visibility. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something else there? That's it, right? Oh, if you're on Facebook or Twitter, please share our posts of the new episodes. Or if you want to, same with Instagram or whatever, if you want to, screenshot and repost or use the repost app or whatever, we would greatly appreciate it.
Indeed.
Or, just tell people, say, hey, these guys do the thing and whatever. And
they're pretty terrific and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can lie to your friends. It's fine. And if you want to get a hold of us, the best way is on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Twitter at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotony. And also, we're on the old Snapchat, guys. The old Snapchat, where it's salty_language.
Yeah, I'm at Ninjitsu if you want to follow me. And what are we on Instagram?
Salty Language, just on Instagram.
That's right. I just won't pay attention. I'm at Stunami on Instagram if anybody wants to follow me. So, yeah, I think that's most of the ways to contact us. If there's one we didn't list, then, it'll be on the website. You can check it out there. Like Tony said already, if you have any suggestions for Q of the W, or if you have talking points for us, or a story that you see that you think would be fun for us to talk about, please send them to us, via DM on Twitter, or you can email us at saltylanguage@gmail.com. And stuff. Yeah. So, indeed. I guess with that, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Oh, man. Stay salty, guys.
Yeah, and make sure you always give the French burrito.
Goddamn French burritos.